Hey guys, Sandy here, and it is July 8th. It is my 8th video of the month for my July video a day. And I'm also going to be participating in Chamel's word challenge on Instagram. So that is what this layout is going to be. It is supposed to be a one-word title, and my title is going to be this great acrylic word from Freckled Fawn. It's going to be adventure. And this is the photo I'm going to use, and yes, there's a little scratch across there, but my plan is to put that guy right on there, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Pulled out a couple things. I have this sticker sheet from Chamel. Have some Freckled Fawn stickers. I've used some of them. I've got this 4x6 pocket scrapbooking card. Can't tell you where it came from. I pulled this yellow one out of this shaped paper pad from Recollections. Really cool designs in there. I'm thinking about using some of them as stencils and using some of them on my layouts. So I got that guy. I've got some Jelly Bean Soup pea pod parts, which is their ephemera. Got some Evalicious puffy stickers. Some random labels. Some pocket scrapbooking cards. These are not Project Life, but I cannot remember the brand. A couple little pieces of border stickers. These are from Fancy Pants. They came on a hard piece, but I ripped it all off. This scrap of paper. This canvas banner. This is a Sizzix die cut that I had cut out and shrink plasticked. I'm using a Flutter cardstock float. On the back is this polka dot. I have two sheets, so I can definitely use this polka dot another time. I also have this rub-on. I don't know where this came from. I don't know how old it is, but we're going to see if we can get something going. And I also have this Plain Jane baseboard mist. It's soil. It's such a dark brown, it's almost black. All right, let's see what I can get done for this layout. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take off that branding strip. I had thoughts of matting this, but I decided not to. I discovered that I get into kind of like little ruts with my scrapbooking where I'll keep redoing the same thing over and over again because I like it and it works. So I decided against putting a border around this scrapbooking page. So I already knew that my title was going to go right over that photo to cover up that scratch. I could have printed another photo, but these photos were sent out, and I mean, I'm covering up the little scratch. I'm okay with it. It's not like the hugest story ever, or it's, you know, this paramount moment in our lives that the photo needs to be perfect. It's just, you know, we were exploring the new area, so that's all it is. So I don't even use the fingernail method with that. I like tap the paper and go, that's where I'm going to cut it, and sure enough, that's where I cut it. So I'm just laying that down there, trying to give it like a place to rest, to give it a shelf. I try so hard to emulate some of the scrapbookers out there that just have this photo and some layers, and it's in the corner of their page, and it's beautiful, and I love what they do, but every time I try that, I'm not that happy with it. I always need to add a little horizontal element in there. Okay, so now I'm just finding which die cuts I want to use, where I want to place them. I know that I like this little scalloped border, and I definitely want it at the bottom of the photo. I think it adds just a little nice touch to it. And I'm challenging myself, probably over the past week or so, to really use some of these frames that I have sitting around the house. Not the house. Good Lord, that sounds like I've got like frames coming out my ears. Just frames that are in the scrapbook room. And that includes sticker frames, because a frame is a frame. So I am putting this here under the photo, and I cut off that one edge, and it's at the top of the screen hanging out on the Distress ink pad cover, because since I have it down here in the bottom left corner, I'm thinking I want to have it in the top right corner too, because it's really the only kind of rainbowish thing I have going on. So I want to make sure that it is in at least 2 places on my page. So I finally get that situated. I get that little journaling card under there. I'm actually going to journal on a page. Yay! I find that I don't journal on every single page. Sometimes I have multiple pages and only one story. So some pages get journaling and some pages don't. I picked these little leaf thingies out of those Jelly Bean Soup die cut packages because it kind of looks like the leaves that are in that die cut paper behind the photo. And I'm just messing around with placement, trying to figure out where I want things to go. I was thinking about cutting that little banner off of that little 3x4 card, but I don't do it. I really don't want the Limitless shown. Like, I don't want to see Limitless, but I like the banner. I like the texture of it. So I figure out a little way to cover it up and still have all my little die cut pieces up there. Super, super happy with it. And I do this a lot when I have a lot of like little die cut pieces and things to figure out where to go. And there I am trying to get that little shrinky dink label thing in, and it just doesn't make it. Was so excited to make some shrinky dinks, and there's a little video coming up, I believe tomorrow, about those shrinky dinks, and it didn't even make it on this page. This is the first layout I did after making the shrinky dinks, and I didn't even get a shrinky dink on the page. And they are true shrinky dinks. It is true shrinky dink paper by the Shrinky Dink brand. It's not just like generic shrink plastic. Oh man, Shrinky Dinks. They were such fun things as kids. Shrinky Dinks and color forms were my jam when I was a little kid. I loved those things. Having a moment here. Okay, what am I doing? Let me get back to this layout. So I decided I'm going to pop up this little leaf down here. I want to give it just a little bit of height, not too much. There is some texture on this page already with the different kinds of paper and the die cut photo and the canvas and all that, but I just wanted a little bit more. Here I'm using my Wink of Stella glitter pen to just glitter eyes these yellow elements, the little starburst thingy and the heart. And then I turned off the camera for a minute because I took 2 of the pieces and went and clear embossed them with some Versamark and some clear embossing ink. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's one of my favorite things to do with die cuts. Just jazzes them up a little bit, gives them a little bit of a different texture, so it's not all paper on paper on paper. And it doesn't really change it in any way besides giving it a little bit of shine. So, works for me. Like, one of those things that works for me, so I keep on doing it. But that is kind of different to me than always putting a border on my pages. I don't know. It might not be different to you. Is it the same? Is it different? It's different in my head. Alright, so I just have to trim off that sticker. And do you guys do this when you trim off stickers, like place them somewhere? Because I want to use it again. I mean, it's a perfectly good half of a label sticker. I'm certain I can tuck it somewhere. And right now it's actually sitting on the table, the very corner of the table in my room. I just go ahead and ATG that canvas banner down there, and it works great. I'm just cleaning up the bits of that frame sticker. And I cut it in half because I thought I was only going to have it poke out that one side right there. But that's not how I end up. I end up doing it on both sides. So I'm messing around with this. I thought I had the placement and then I didn't. I don't know. I don't even remember how I had it originally, but you know, this is why I shouldn't plan things. I should just stick them down as I go, because probably 7 times out of 10, I stick something down, and it's not how I had it originally. Alright, so I get that little guy tucked in there, and I lift up the heart ever so slightly. It looks like I'm lifting up all of it. Okay. Alright, Sandy, quit futzing around with it. Alright, perfect. So my original thought when I pulled out that rub-on was to use that blue scrolly one. I thought it would be cool wrapped around some sort of corner on the layout. But I decided instead to use these guys right here that I'm cutting out. I don't even know how to describe them as, I don't know, fancy swirly type jobbies. I don't know what they're called. Okay, so I tucked the little one under the heart up there, and it is, I mean, it's a subtle little detail. You don't see it a whole lot. And then I'm going to stick the bigger one down here, and I peel up that label sticker a little bit, and then I accidentally rip it, so I decide, nope, I'll just shift it down a little bit and make it work. And boom. So I push that label sticker back down, and I'm looking at this label sticker, and I think it's a little naked, and I want to put something on it, and I'm keeping that in the back of my mind while I'm picking through these Evilicious puffy stickers and what I want to do with them and where I want to put them. And I figure since I have that orange camera at the bottom, I should bring something orange to the top. I mean, I've got that big band of orange across the page. The bottom of that photo keeps curling up, and it's making me feel like something's wrong. So eventually I just glue that sucker right on down with the ATG. Alright, and I want to put these dots in the starbursts, but then I think, no, I'm not going to, and then I think, yes, I am. I'm going to put the yellow from the Evilicious there, and then I'm going to pull this one from Fancy Pants and put it on the other one. And then I decide, what the heck, I've got one more of these little starburst guys, and I should just put it on the page as well. And I mess with it between up and down of the photo. Finally, I'm happy with it up. And then I think, you know what? It needs a little heart as well. And I like it. It's like the little heart's peeking over the photo like, hello, here I am. And then I decide that I'm going to try out putting a little strip of paper over top the photo and that little scallop after I put the date on. I got sidetracked and decided to put the date on. I really can't go step by step for a scrapbook page to save my soul. I just keep like popping around and bumping around where I want to go. And it didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to turn out. And I'm like, oh, something's got to go there. No, I'm messing around. I'm just peeking at everything. I really think something should be right there, but I can't figure it out. I'm like, is it a label? And then I'm like, oh, maybe it's just because it keeps rolling up on me and it's driving me crazy. So I stick it down and I'm much happier with it. It's like, hello, easy solution. All right, and then I grab my little splatters and I splat all over the place. And one day I'll actually learn to splat before I journal. Wait a minute. No, that's what I did. I splat it before I journaled. I should have journaled and then splat it. So I just write something about the adventures we have and how my husband and I went exploring one day and saw these beautiful sights here in California. It's still new. We've been here 2 years. We lived on the East Coast before, transplanted over here. It's still new to me, and I still, we have this one maiden road that we drive down to get into the town, and I just look and I'm like, it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. We have these beautiful hills and everything. Anyway, I just love it. So I'm still thinking something needs to go there, and I try this little guy out, and I put him back, and I try him. I'm like, no, It doesn't need to be there. All right, so I'd like take a quick look around again to see if I need anything, if any of these parts are going to work. Because I'm like, that little label's naked. It's naked there. But I'm like, nope, I'll just clean up this mess a little bit and the page is going to be done. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you'll tune in tomorrow. I'm continuing my series to have a video a day in July. And I hope you're enjoying it because I'm enjoying making them. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.